Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 9th of January. As you can see, I got bored this morning, so I decided to put my legs on, the ladder was on, and make sure all the bolts are fitting the right way. Directions are a little confusing, and I just wanted to touch bases with you. You've got 6 of these big brackets. They go on 2 legs. All the legs on the bottom get the big one. 2 legs get the small one, and then you got these little 2-hole ones. Right? They go here by the top for the ladder. And then the other big ones like that go on the back too, okay? So you have to have this for the ladder. What I'm fixing to do now is put on the cross members and stuff like that. But I wanted to tell you what I did, just so you know. I do apologize that I skipped out on you a little bit. But I ended yesterday, like I said, I did stopped at 5, of course. And then I jumped over here, put the door on 9 and 10 I completed. And I was actually going to do step 7, which is the ladder portion here. I was going to do that outside, but the heck, and then I'm going to do the cross members on that. The rest of these, and like I said, here's the instructions. The angle brackets, like I said, these go on majority of the legs on the bottom and 2 on the top, and then these 2 on the top are near the ladder entrance. So you don't get confused. Use a 10mm wrench too. That always helps. So, step 12, I'm going to assemble all my cross members together in the garage here. I was going to put them all together at the site. That's what I intentioned. Step 13 and 14 was going to all be done outside. But you know, I got to looking at this. Of course, step 15 is putting the stakes in. And I already did step 16. This is what you tie your let me show you here. Let me get up close to it. Maybe I can see it if you can. Here you go. These little round discs. They don't fit in this hole too well. They really don't, because it hits this cross member here. But once I get the actual blind on here, I can move this around to where it's going to fit perfectly. I've already installed those. So the game winner pretty much is here. We're done. So now all I'm going to do is be attaching the cross members. And I'm going to complete that, and I'm going to move the camera to the other side so you can see what's going on. I don't have as much room on this side, obviously, because I put the thing together. And tomorrow, or today, maybe tomorrow when I can pull the car outside and the bike outside, I'm just going to lower it to the ground, take it outside, and flip it over. And then I'll get a story in there. And then when my son-in-law comes back, we'll just manhandle it. It's very light. It really is compared to all the steel. I mean, that's fairly light. But what I'm going to do is get my tractor out and the trailer, and I'm just going to put this on the tractor trailer and my little lawn yard and just take it out to my site, and then we'll erect it and then put the rest of the stuff on. But I want to flip it over, get it back in the garage, and I want to put my mats on it, and I want to show you how I'm going to do that and what I did. So stay tuned. Let's get the brackets.
It's a big job just getting by with 9 kids and a wife. But I've been working, man, dang near all my life, and I'll keep on working as long as my 2 hands are fit to use. I'll drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. I'll keep my nose on the grindstone, work hard every day. I might get a little tired on the weekend. After I draw my pay, I'll go back working. Come Monday morning, I'm right back with the crew. I drank a little beer that evening, sang a little bit of these working man blues. Sometime I think about leaving, do a little bumming around. I want to throw my bills out the window, catch a train to another town. I'll go back working. I gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. I drank a little beer in a tavern, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Here comes that working man.
good, people. There it is, it's together. All I got left to do is tighten up the nuts and the bolts on the end pieces and all that. I want to make sure it fits. It's upside down, I know, but that's okay. So let me explain what happened. I ripped out the page, and we'll come up here and show you. It shows you all the crossbars, members, and all that, and that's what I put on. And then I went back into my book here, right? And we completed 13 and 14, as well as 12 and all the rest of them. Like I said, the cross members are in there now. 13 and 14, 13 uses all the bolts for the top, okay, the little dinky ones. Step 14 is the final one that attached it to the stand over there at the front. We're going to show you a whole video of this thing once it's all up and out. But that concludes the instructions other than putting the stakes in and putting my ground blind up on this thing. It was fairly simple. Like I said, using step guide. I also used the diagram that shows you where the cross members are. So the way to think of it is, you got a male and female end of these things, right? The male end is on top, the female end is the longest and goes to the bottom, okay? So keep that in mind when you put them together. That way the hardware stays farther apart and you don't have to worry about it. But this is it was a fun project. Like I said, I'm waiting for the rain to stop so I can move the motorcycle out, the trike out, or her car, or whatever. Set it on the ground, stand it up, bring it back inside. And then we're going to do a video on the mats and how I'm going to assemble the mats in the house before I put it on the blind. I might even attach them since they're already there. It's drier, it's warmer in here. It's like 52 outside, but it's wet. Tomorrow's going to be 39. I hope I'm not boring you too much, but I use the hell out of Game Winner products. I don't get paid by Game Winner and don't get paid by anybody to do this. But I figured if you're going to look at an investment, you got a ground blind, you're getting tired of sitting on the ground and you got to deal with maybe a snake or spiders and critters that crawl down there and getting down your blind. This will keep you off the ground. It's only 5 feet, if that, so we're going to be able to take this and carry it outside and put it in the stand. As soon as I stand it up, get my mats made, it'll sit here until my son-in-law gets here, or my wife decides she wants to feel froggy enough and we're going to put it on the tractor, like I said, the lawnmower, and take it out there. I just wanted to give you an example. All my bags are used. The little plates to tie my thing down are here already, and I'll work the rest of it out when I get out there. But I just wanted to touch bases with you on this, that it is a good product. It cost me $197 total, because like I said, I used my military discount and I used my Academy card, which got me more discount. But the actual price on this thing was $206. Not a lot of labor. If I would have got the wood, the 4x4s, the plywood, that's a lot of cutting and drilling, and I don't have equipment to go out in the woods and do that. I'd have to do it here, disassemble it, and then assemble it by myself. At least this way, before my son-in-law moves down south to his new home, I'm going to get him, my daughter, my wife, and my grandson. We're going to drag this thing out to the woods and put it up, put the blind on it, take a video of that when we're done with it, and conclude part 3. This is part 2 of assembly of everything. The only difference is I changed my mind and I put it in the garage. It's dry, it's warm, and it's done. It is actually done. Once I put it on the ground from the sawhorses, we'll be able to drag it, flip it upside down, and put it in here, and I'll take another video from there tomorrow maybe. It's not going to happen today, not with the weather. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate it. The next video, part 3, we'll be putting the mats on top, and I'll show you the mats and everything I'm going to do to make the floor a little bit more cushiony, a lot more warmer in the wintertime per se, and kind of keep your scent, you know, out of the blind as much from traveling down and under and the wind coming up and busting you out with the deer. She's already picked her spot, and that's where it's going to go no matter what. I will use this as well as her, unless she's shooting in her blind, and I will not be in that blind because they're like straight across from each other, and I'm not getting hit with that bolt. That bolt will travel the entire 75 yards over to my stand, but she knows where it's at. There's a lot of trees between us, but this is going to give her something, another location to shoot and be comfortable, because she always sees the deer at that end, and if they're not at this end, they might be at the other end, so depending on when she sits there and when they come through. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you know the other direction, subscribe, tell your friends about it, say, hey, there's a nut on TV that or YouTube that puts all this stuff together and explains it, the pros and cons. It's just another tool of the hunting. So I want to thank you for watching my channel, and I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best, and let's get ready for another good hunting season. Thank you.